Do you not know that your own wonderful human imagination is God? That which you whisper within yourself, that silent conversation you carry from sunrise to sundown, is crafting the world in which you walk. Speak now as one who has already received. For 3 days, speak to yourself as though what you desire is already so, not as though it will be, not as though it might be, but as though it is. Do not wait for the evidence of the senses. They will lie to you. They will show you lack. They will echo yesterday's beliefs. They will parade shadows before your eyes and call it substance. But you, chosen one, must speak as one awakened from the sleep of doubt. Say to yourself, I am the one I have longed to become. All that I need flows to me now. I am already that which I seek. Let this inner conversation be your secret prayer, your sacred chant, your holy affirmation. The world is yourself pushed out. What you accept inwardly, the world must wear outwardly. For 3 days, refuse to entertain the old man, the former self who cried out in limitation. When fear arises, do not wrestle with it. Simply return to your inner speech and say, that is not my truth. I walk now in the fulfillment of all I desire. Talk to yourself as one who holds the power. Speak with authority, not to others, but to your own soul. For your soul is listening. It obeys the voice it hears most often, not the one from the lips, but the one within. Be not moved by appearances, for appearances are but the echo of what you once assumed. Begin anew. Assume a new inner tone. Speak joy even when sorrow lingers outside the door. Speak abundance even while the purse seems empty. For in 3 days of unwavering inner talk, a new pattern begins to crystallize in the invisible. And what is unseen today will be seen tomorrow. Pressed down and running over. Say it now in the stillness. I am chosen. I am guided. I am the source of all that I behold. And then, throughout the day, return again and again to this inner sanctuary. Talk to yourself not as one seeking, but as one who has already found. For the voice within you is the voice of creation. Speak, and it shall be so. You will find that the world bends to the tone of your inner voice. Not the outer voice spoken aloud, but the silent declaration you repeat to yourself in the solitude of your mind. That voice, that tone, that assumption is the creative law. For 3 days, refuse to argue with facts, and instead converse with the truth that lives in your heart. Not the truth of the senses, but the truth of the imagination. In that sacred realm where all things are possible, and all things are now. You are not here to react to the world, you are here to create it. Every time you say within yourself, I am, you are setting into motion a current of unseen energy that will in time harden into fact. So say it with awareness, say it with feeling. Say it until the walls of your inner mind ring with the echo of your assumption. Say, I am free, I am healed, I am prosperous, I am loved, I am chosen, I am whole. And then rest in the silence, knowing that the seed has been planted. Your inner speech is always planting. Whether it be the seed of joy or the seed of despair, it matters not to the law. The law gives to every man according to the imaginal act he accepts as true. So take up your power now and choose wisely what you say to yourself. For every idle word, every internal whisper is the molding force behind your future. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve both fear and faith. You must choose this day whom you will serve. And once chosen, you must be loyal to your assumption, as a bride is loyal to her beloved. Dare to believe that your word has power. Dare to believe that your inner conversations are the foundation of the world in which you walk. You will see in just 3 days, if you persist without wavering, a stirring in the depth of reality. Something will shift. Some letter will arrive, some phone will ring, some door will open. For the word you have spoken in the depths must be fulfilled. It cannot return void. It must accomplish that which you please and prosper in the thing whereto you send it. This is not a matter of willpower. It is not a game of striving. You are not to force yourself to believe. You are simply to assume. Assume and then allow. Speak within and then rest. Act as though it were impossible to fail. Talk to yourself with calm certainty, not begging, not pleading, but affirming with the ease of one who knows the outcome is assured. The more natural it feels to say, I am that, the quicker the outer will mirror the inner. Do not look to man for confirmation. Look only to the imaginal act. Man is but the vessel through which your inner speech flows into form. He has no power of himself. The world, the people, the events, they are the clay. You are the potter. So speak into your being the form you desire to see. If the outer contradicts it, turn away and speak again. I remember when I was searching, but now I live in the answer. That phrase alone is a mighty tool. Speak of your desire in the past tense, as though it has already come and gone. I remember when I struggled with that, how different life is now. These are words of mastery. There, let no one discourage you. Let no voice, however loud, shout down the whisper of your own inner knowing. It is not in the volume that power is found, but in the certainty. Even a gentle inner tone, repeated faithfully, will cause the mountains of resistance to crumble. Keep your focus inward. Let the world do what it may. It is not the master. It is the servant. Practice this sacred art. When you wake in the morning, before your feet touch the floor, speak to yourself from the end. Say, thank you that this day flows perfectly. Thank you that I am in the right place at the right time. Thank you that I am loved and supported, not because you see it yet, but because you have claimed it. Do not beg the world to give you proof. Speak it and it shall be. Say it and the heavens will move. At night, before you close your eyes, review the day as you would have wanted it to be. Rewrite the conversations, reshape the encounters, rehearse the triumph, for this too is speech. Imaginal speech, visioned conversation, and it creates just as surely as the spoken word. What you revise within yourself, the world will reflect. This is a secret few dare to test, but those who do find themselves walking in miracles. When you find your mind wandering to fear, gently but firmly bring it back. Speak again. I walk in peace. I dwell in abundance. I rest in knowing that all things are working for my good. Do not allow stray thoughts to build temples in your mind. Be the guardian of your inner world, for as within, so without. 3 days of loyalty to the inner word. That is all it takes to begin a change so profound the world will marvel. Even now, you are shaping your tomorrow. Even now the mold is being cast. So speak the words that align with your vision. Do not say, someday it will come. Say, it is done. I walk in it now. Feel the emotion of the wish fulfilled. Let your words carry the fragrance of fulfillment. Let your tones suggest completion, not desire. You are not calling something from afar. You are claiming what is already yours by divine right. Speak tenderly to yourself. Speak boldly. Speak with assurance, for your words are not empty. They are charged with the life force of creation. You are not the beggar at the gate. You are the heir of the kingdom. Talk to yourself like the beloved child of infinite intelligence. Say what you wish others would say to you. Speak the approval, the love, the encouragement. You need not wait for another to give it. Give it to yourself, and the world will follow. Do not gossip with your fears. Do not rehearse what you do not want. Your subconscious does not argue, it accepts. So give it only the seed you desire to grow. Say, everything is unfolding in my favor. I am guided by unseen hands. I am a magnet for all that is good and true and beautiful. Speak it while driving. Speak it while walking. Speak it in the silence of the night. For 3 days, be unrelenting in your devotion to the new word. This is the law and the promise, that if you abide in the assumption, if you dwell in the state of the fulfilled desire, then reality must conform. But you must not waver. The double-minded man receives nothing, for he speaks one thing and lives another. Be single in vision, single in speech. What you say to yourself, make it the dominant story. Let it ring louder in your soul than any fact on the outside. You are the operant power. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You create them, sustain them, dissolve them, and all by your inner talking. You have spoken yourself into your present life, and you can speak yourself into a new one. The power is not in the condition. The power is in your response. Speak not of the problem, speak from the solution. Speak not as one who hopes, but as one who knows. And, should doubt rise up, do not be alarmed, simply return to your word. Like a sailor steering by the stars, keep your eye on the inner vision. Keep repeating the phrase, keep walking in the tone, keep assuming the state. In time, the waves will still and the land will appear, for it is law, and the law cannot lie. Let the words I am be the key to your kingdom. Say it with reverence. Say it with joy. Let every sentence that follows be a decree. I am wealthy. I am radiant. I am protected. I am aligned. These are not hopes, they are proclamations of truth. You are not speaking to change the world, you are speaking because you know it already has changed in the unseen. Do not measure the harvest by the hour. Do not look at the seed and demand the fruit. Speak and keep speaking. Believe and keep believing. For 3 days walk in this way. Let no word contradict the state you have claimed. And if you stumble, begin again. For every moment is a new beginning, and every word a fresh creation. You will come to see that this is the greatest secret ever kept. That reality is obedient to your voice. That your assumptions become flesh. That the world is a mirror, not a master. And when you talk to yourself like one who is already there, there you shall be. Continue now with the same devotion, and let your inner voice be the light that guides the way. For what you are saying to yourself is no small matter. It is the law in motion. You are casting the mold into which the substance of life must flow. What you repeat, what you dwell upon, what you feel to be true in the quiet chambers of your mind, that is what appears in the open. You have tried before, perhaps, but with divided attention. You have spoken the truth one moment and undone it with doubt the next. But now, for 3 days you will remain faithful, not because it pleases the world, but because it transforms your world. You will carry the tone of fulfillment through every corridor of your day. When fear knocks, you will not open the door. When the old voice rises up and says, "But it hasn't happened yet," you will answer with, "It has already happened in me, and that is enough." Let the inner speech be a sacred current running beneath all you do. As you stir your coffee, say, "Life is sweet to me." As you walk down the street, say, "I am aligned with divine flow." As you rest your head, say, "I sleep in peace, for I am kept in perfect harmony." These are not idle phrases. They are spells, incantations of power. They are the bridge from what is imagined to what is lived. Do not chase signs. Do not chase evidence. That is not your work. Your work is the speech within. The rest must come. By law, it must respond. The outer is not your master. You do not need to convince others, explain yourself, or try to make things happen. Speak the word in secret, and your Father, which is your own imagination, will reward you openly. It does not matter who understands you. It only matters that you understand your own power. Do you not see? You have always been talking to yourself. But now you are choosing the words. Now you are directing the current. Now you are disciplining the tongue of the inner man. No longer will you say, "It's not working." No longer will you entertain stories of lack or delay. You will say only that which lifts, only that which fulfills. You will say, "It is done. I am that now." If you truly knew the power of your words, you would never speak against yourself again. You would never doubt again. You would never say, "I can't," or "It's too late." You would instead say, "I am becoming more each day. Everything is aligning in my favor." These phrases become the rhythm of your life. They shape your tone. They shape your posture. When you walk into a room, walk in as though you belong. When you speak to others, speak as one who knows the end is secure. Talk to yourself with a tone of certainty. That tone is everything. If you say the words but do not carry the feeling, you are like a cymbal with no sound. But if you say it with inner knowing, the universe bends to meet you. Let this speech rise in you like a song. Let it be your anthem in the morning and your lullaby at night. I am blessed beyond measure. I am chosen for greatness. I am the living proof of unseen power. Say it until your bones believe it. Say it until the words become flesh. And they will. It must. Your inner speech is not a technique. It is not something you use to get what you want. It is the very way of life. It is how you claim your identity. And identity precedes manifestation. You become the thing you assume. So assume the highest. Assume the noblest. Assume the most radiant version of yourself. And speak only from that place. You are not waiting on God. God is waiting on you, waiting on your assumption, your decision, your word. The moment you speak from the end, creation begins to rearrange itself. Invisible hands go to work, the actors take their places, the scenery changes, all because you dared to say, it is done. 3 days is all it takes. 3 days of consistent, faithful inner speech, not to convince the world, but to convince yourself. For the moment you are convinced, the world cannot help but reflect it. The mirror does not shape the face shapes the mirror. Your mind is the face, your world the mirror. Speak as the face, speak as the origin, speak as the source. And when you grow tired, rest, but do not undo your work. Even your rest can be powerful. Say, I rest knowing all is well. I sleep in the arms of my fulfillment. Let every word be a seed planted in good soil. Let every phrase be rich with life. And should weeds arise, the doubts, the fears, the memories of lack, simply replace them. Uproot them with new words. Do not water them. Do not argue with them. Just replace them. Again and again, until only the true voice remains. For you are not a victim of memory. You are the author of imagination, and imagination creates reality. You are not bound by what was. You are free in what is and what will be. And all of it begins in speech. Silent, holy, inner speech. Do you feel it now? That quiet authority rising in you? That knowing that you are not here to suffer, not here to wish, but here to create. The kingdom is within you, and your word is the scepter by which you rule. No more idle talking, no more rehearsing the past, no more preparing for failure. From this moment, you speak only as the one who has. You speak only from the mountain, not the valley. Let your speech be clean, let it be radiant, let it be full of life, and let it never contradict your assumption. For the speech of the inner man is the covenant. It is the sacred bond between the seen and the unseen. When you say, I am, heaven listens. When you say, it is done, angels move. When you say, I have it now, the whole creation begins to reflect that claim. So speak with reverence, speak with joy, speak with the ease of one who knows the treasure is already his. And as you do, the air around you begins to change. People respond differently. Doors open, events unfold, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. The word became flesh because you first gave it form. And should you falter, do not fall into condemnation, simply begin again. The mercies of creation are new every morning. Return to your word, speak again the truth. Let every moment be a turning point. You need not wait for the calendar to shift. Your change begins now. With the next phrase you repeat to yourself. You may not yet see the full harvest, but the seed is alive, it is working, even in silence. Trust that. Trust the invisible. Speak into it as though it were soil, rich, fertile, faithful. The word you plant shall not be barren. It must bear fruit. It must take form. It's about 3 days, and then 3 more, and then again. Let your inner speech be sacred. Let it be deliberate. Let it be drenched in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Speak the words as though they were precious stones. Speak as though each phrase is a step on holy ground, because it is. You are shaping eternity with every syllable you dare to believe. And this power is yours. It has always been yours. From the moment you said, I am, you claimed it. Now let it speak through you. Let it live through you. Let it write the story of your life, not by chance, not by fate, but by the conscious, repeated, faithful use of the inner world. For 3 days do this, and behold the beginning of your new world. And as you continue in this holy practice, something in you will shift, not with noise or spectacle, but quietly, like the turning of a page. You will feel it before you see it, a new confidence, a new ease, a strange and beautiful calm rising within. It will not matter that nothing outside has changed, because something within has. And that is where the real power lies. When the inner man walks in certainty, the outer world must eventually conform. It's not optional, it is law. You will begin to notice that people speak differently to you. Situations once filled with resistance now move with fluidity. The delays dissolve, the heaviness lifts, and the once distant dream draws near. Why? Because you stop talking like one who lacks. You stopped murmuring doubt and fear. You began to speak as the one who has. And the one who has is always met with more. Let no one deceive you into believing that this power is reserved for a few. It is yours as surely as you are breathing now. It is not for the clever, the educated, or the strong. It is for the one who dares to believe, the one who dares to say, even while everything screams the opposite, I am already it. That one will walk through doors others cannot even see. Speak to yourself now as though you have already arrived. Speak as though you were writing a letter from the other side of the breakthrough. Say, I remember when I used to wait, and now I simply receive. I remember the tension, but now all is flowing. It came easier than I ever thought possible. Everything aligned, and I hardly had to lift a finger. Say this not with strain, but with peace. Let it feel like a memory. Let it carry the softness of something you've already lived. And if the old voice returns, the one that says you're being unrealistic, the one that points to facts and evidence, smile at it gently. Do not resist it, do not fight it. Simply speak again the truth you've chosen. Your new inner speech is not for convincing the world. It is for conditioning the mind. The facts are not final. The truth is within, and what is within, when persistently spoken, becomes the facts of tomorrow. Keep your mind in the state of fulfillment, not just in words, but in feeling. Feel the ease, the satisfaction, the quiet joy that comes when the desire has been fulfilled. And then speak from that place. Of course it's done. I've seen it, I've felt it, I walk in it now. This is not pretense. This is the most sincere act you can perform. For nothing is more sincere than believing in the unseen more than the seen. This power in you is ancient. It is the original voice, the voice that said, let there be light, and there was light. You have inherited that voice. You have been entrusted with it. You carry it with every I am you utter. So say only what you wish to live. Refuse to speak against yourself again. Refuse to declare things as hard or distant or impossible. Instead say, it's unfolding perfectly. The way is clear. I am already there in consciousness. And what you are in consciousness, you will be in form. It must be. The law is always at work, whether you observe it or not. But when you observe it, when you engage with it consciously, you become the master. You become the cause. And the world becomes your echo. You do not need to know how it will happen. That is not your concern. The bridge of incidents is not your creation. Your role is to assume the end and to stay faithful to that end with your inner word. The means will present themselves, sometimes so naturally that you will forget you ever spoke the desire aloud. But in quiet moments you will remember. You will remember that you planted the seed and now you eat the fruit. So walk through your days with this knowing. Carry yourself differently. Sit with more peace. Move with more trust. Let your internal dialogue reflect the dignity of one who knows all things are already theirs. Not someday, not after the struggle, now, in this very moment of acceptance. For the moment you claim it inwardly, the world begins to move. It may be invisible at first, but the movement has begun. This speech, this inner liturgy becomes the backbone of your reality. You will find that you no longer react to outer events with panic. You will speak even in the midst of chaos, all is well with me. This too is passing through on its way to my highest good. And by speaking that, you calm the storm. You anchor yourself in the unseen. You become unshakable. What you say to yourself when no one is listening is the most sacred speech of all. It is the conversation of creation. It is the temple where worlds are born. Guard it. Tend it. Nurture it with love and repetition. Say what you want to be true, and say it until it is the only voice that lives within you. And remember, even when you do not see results right away, you are not failing, you are becoming, you are aligning. You are strengthening the new reality with each phrase, each repetition, each moment of loyal silence in the face of the old. Nothing is wasted. Every declaration counts. Every assumption has weight. You are sculpting the unseen with every syllable you breathe into being. So continue. Continue when it feels dry. Continue when it feels empty. Continue when the world says nothing is changing, because the greatest changes begin in silence. They begin in stillness. And then, like the slow breaking of dawn, the light appears. Your world becomes your world. Your assumption becomes your experience. Your inner voice becomes the voice of creation itself. You will wake one day and realize you have become what you spoke, that the life you once imagined has become the ground you now walk upon, that the tone of victory you carried in silence now rings aloud in every area of your life. And all of it began when you dared to talk to yourself, like this. So now, having spoken the word, keep it alive. Let no outer circumstance pull you from the truth you have claimed within. Walk on in the confidence that your inner speech is the seed, the way, and the fulfillment. 3 days of faithful assumption, of speaking only from the end, will set in motion more than years of effort without belief. Let this be your sacred discipline, to speak to yourself as one already in possession, already free, already transformed. And as you continue, not just for 3 days, but for life, you will come to know through personal experience that the inner word is the one true cause, and all things must follow it. I speak now from the stillness where revelation meets awareness, and I ask you to listen not with anxious ears, but with a heart prepared to awaken. The vision came not through noise or thunder, but through the silent whisper that moves beneath the veil of appearances. What I saw was not chaos, but choice. What I was shown was not destruction, but the necessity of decision. A shift. Something woven into the unseen pattern of May 10th. This date is not to be feared, but to be understood. For nothing comes upon a man that he has not first entertained within. What is arriving has already been summoned by the invisible thoughts of many. This moment has been gestating in the imaginations of those asleep at the wheel of their own consciousness. The warning is this: the world you see on May 10th will mirror what you have been assuming in silence. Do not look outside for signs, look within. You will witness the world respond with exact precision to the ideas you have accepted as true. This is not punishment. This is principle. I saw a great shaking, but not of the earth, of the minds of men. I saw the illusions people clung to crack and fall like old skin. The institutions, the identities, the roles, even the beliefs people use to cover their fear, these will not hold. The scaffolding of borrowed truth will tremble under the weight of the moment. But for the one who has dared to imagine rightly, for the one who has prepared his inner temple to receive the new, this moment will be a gate, not a grave. It will be a birthing. What others call catastrophe, you will call confirmation. For you will remember that every outer change first broke open in the inner world. I must tell you, urgency is not panic. Urgency is clarity. The voice of God is never frantic, but it is firm, and it speaks now. Stop assuming delay. Stop imagining failure. Stop clothing yourself in worry and calling it wisdom. What you dare to claim within, you will meet without. This is the hour to revise. The timeline is tender. The clay is soft. On this threshold, imagination is not a game. It is the mechanism by which the eternal breaks into the now. What you see on May 10th is not fate. It is fruit. What you fear or expect or hope will all be present in kind. So, I say to you, do not sleepwalk into that day. Wake up now. Look boldly at what you have been entertaining in the silence. Change it, forgive it, replace it, and do so not with struggle, but with certainty. The power is already yours. The script is not locked. The scene has not yet finished forming. The spirit within me presses this warning with tenderness and authority. What unfolds will not be random, it will be precise. It will reflect you. And you will know in that day what you have really believed. May 10th is not a date marked by man's calendar alone, but a spiritual appointment inscribed in the invisible, long before time kept count. What was shown to me was not given to cause dread, but to wake those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. There is a moment coming, a moment already here in seed form, that asks every soul to come into remembrance. Not religious remembrance, not philosophical memory, but divine recollection, the sacred remembering of who and what you truly are. Too many have forgotten. They have wandered far from their inheritance. They speak as beggars and wait for rescue, not knowing they were always the architect, the author, the Word becoming flesh. And now, in this convergence of days and inner tides, the outer world is preparing to echo back exactly what each one has built in the silence. This is not punishment, let that be clear. The Eternal punishes no one, but law is law. What you sow, you reap. And if you have sown fear, judgment, limitation, or indifference, the harvest will not lie to you. It will not mock you, but it will mirror you. And many will look upon that reflection and not recognize themselves. For the self they assumed was separate from the world they now see. What I saw in the Spirit was an unveiling, layers being stripped back, not by force, but by necessity. Like a house long ignored, the walls of falsehood will begin to collapse. Not because someone wishes you harm, but because the truth can no longer be postponed. Structures built upon the sand of unconscious thought are meeting their day of reckoning. Not a reckoning of wrath, but a reckoning as in account. What have you believed? What have you assumed repeatedly, habitually, without even knowing it? What prayers have you whispered with your actions, while denying them with your words? The spiritual realm is not moved by noise, but by intention. And so many have declared one thing with their lips, while crafting another reality in their mind. But on May 10th, the separation between inner and outer narrows. It tightens like a door frame. The time between seed and harvest shortens. What would normally take months or years to unfold may begin to press forth swiftly, suddenly, because the collective threshold is thinner now. I saw people caught off guard, not because the signs weren't there, but because they dismissed them as dreams, emotions, imagination. But the divine speaks through those very whispers. It never forces, it invites. And now the invitation turns to insistence, not violent, but resolute. Come up higher, see rightly. Stop living as if your thoughts are private and powerless. They are sacred blueprints. They are maps for matter to follow, and everything is listening. The days leading to May 10th are pregnant. If you have ever created in secret, now is the time to watch the results come to term. And if what you've birthed is not what you desire, revise it, not by begging, but by assuming something higher. This is the holy act. This is the real repentance. Not weeping over error, but exchanging it, dropping the old image and taking up the new one until it feels as familiar as your skin. This moment is not coming to destroy, but to divide between the real and the unreal, between those who remember and those who resist. And the separation is not visible, but vibrational. It happens first in state. A man may look unchanged to you, but within he has shifted entirely, and the world will respond to that inner shift with astonishing accuracy. On May 10th, it may look like fortune or failure, like blessing or breakdown, but it will only be the outpicturing of long-held states. So I say, examine yourself not through condemnation, but through clarity. What have you entertained for the past weeks, months, years? What identity have you worn beneath your public one? The quiet thoughts, the assumptions no one sees. These are the creators. They are the unseen engine behind every outer event. I speak now with trembling in my voice, not from fear, but from the fire of this truth. There are those who will see May 10th as a collapse, and others who will see it as liberation. but it will be the same day, the same hour. What differs is the perception, the state through which it is received. One man will cry out, "Why has this come upon me?" And another will whisper, "Finally the door is opened." And so I urge you, shift now. Don't wait for the evidence. The evidence comes after. The world you will step into is being shaped even now by the images you dwell upon. Refuse to repeat the lie that you are subject to the external. There is no external that was not first internal. Do not seek signs, be the sign. There are things that will break open on that day, relationships, agreements, economies, systems, but they are not the point, they are the canvas. The real painting is what you hold within you. For the outer conditions are but the shadows of your internal convictions. And as the light increases, shadows lengthen and intensify before they dissolve. Don't mistake the shadows for reality. Don't react to the crumbling. Reveal the kingdom within instead. Some will experience a violent resistance from within, an uprising of the old man, the old thought, the voice of doubt and safety and sameness. It will say, "Don't believe. Don't risk. Stay here in fear." So it's what's known. And if you heed that voice, you'll find yourself watching others walk into fulfillment while you relive cycles, not because you were denied, but because you declined. The door will be open, but you must walk through. I saw in the Spirit a massive turning point, not in politics or nations alone, but in consciousness. The collective threshold is ready for those who are ready for it, but no one is dragged across it. You must choose. You must align. You must become the new man inwardly, fully, fiercely, before the outer confirms it. What you accept as real is what you will receive. What you reject inwardly, no matter how loudly you say you want it, will not come. There must be no contradiction between your claim and your conviction, no double-mindedness. This is the time to decide with the full weight of your being what you are and what is true. And I must say, time is not running out, but opportunity is passing. The open moment is brief, not because God limits, but because states solidify. And what you are on May 10th, you will carry into the months that follow. If you are in fear, you will build from fear. If you are in vision, you will build from vision. The foundation is being laid now. You cannot build something new upon an old state. So what will you be? What will you assume? Not what will you do, but what will you become inwardly today? Answer that question without excuse or delay. May 10th will not wait for you. It will not slow down to match your hesitation. It will arrive as surely as sunrise, and it will carry with it the weight of everything you have consented to in secret. This is not a prophecy of disaster, it is a prophecy of reflection. Nothing will come that is not already in motion within, and that, beloved, is the mercy of it. You can change it, right now, not with effort, but with imagination. Not by force, but by faith. And when the day arrives and the veil thins, when what has been gestating finally steps into form, you will know it was never coming from out there. It was always coming from in here, from your assumption, from your decision, from your quiet, persistent acceptance of a thing is true. So I say again, as the fire of this message burns in my bones, do not be casual with this hour. Do not wander in mental apathy. Do not wait for confirmation. Become the confirmation. Embody the answer. Align with the promise, and the pattern will follow. This is the holy mechanism. This is the divine arithmetic. Your inner world adds up, and the outer world displays the sum. If you don't like the sum, don't fear it, change the numbers. Rearrange the assumptions, adjust the image, speak again, not with lips but with belief, and keep speaking until the unseen bows to your conviction. This word is not for the shallow-hearted or the curious observer. It is for the one who knows that something is moving beneath the surface of ordinary days, something calling them to awaken before the shaking comes. For the shaking will not ask for permission. It will not delay until you feel ready. It comes as a mirror, not a monster. And it will reflect you with mercy so complete that for some, it will feel like judgment, only because they have judged themselves unworthy of what they truly desire. There is a great misunderstanding among many. They think divine warnings are about avoiding something out there. But what I saw is not about events, it is about states. The prophetic voice is not calling you to prepare for a storm. It is calling you to stop creating it. The storm is not descending from the heavens, it is ascending from within the collective heart of man, formed by years of unconscious agreement with limitation, fear, resentment, and disbelief. But just as it was built, it can be dissolved. The key is not resistance. The key is remembrance. The Spirit showed me a moment, not dramatic in appearance, but heavy with consequence. A subtle turn, a decision made in silence that will ripple out in ways beyond comprehension. May 10th will be for many the moment of silent harvest. There will be no trumpet, no grand announcement, and yet everything will begin to change, not always instantly, but irrevocably. The trajectory will shift, the script will lock into a new direction, and from that day forward, some will find their outer world bending itself to serve their vision, while others will watch their illusions unravel. But hear this, nothing that crumbles was ever true. Nothing that falls away was ever rooted in life. And though it may be painful to watch what you've leaned on dissolve, let it go. Do not cling to what was built in fear. Do not mourn the departure of shadows. If your foundation was made of echoes and habits and borrowed beliefs, rejoice when it cracks. For only then can you build again, this time from knowing, not from guessing. This is why the message is urgent, though not frantic. It is pressing, but not panicked, because the grace of this time is immense. You are still within the margin where change is immediate. Before the pattern finalizes, you may still revise. But that window is not infinite. And though God's mercy never ends, man's access to certain conditions does. There are timings, gates, convergences, and once passed, they cannot be entered again the same way. This is such a gate. Do not wait for someone to explain it to you in natural terms. The mind will always want evidence, the soul already knows. Trust the knowing. Trust the slight discomfort rising within you as you hear this, because that discomfort is not fear. It is recognition. Something deep within you already understands that you have been called to a higher frequency, and this word is simply your own echo returning to you. I saw people weighed down not by their circumstances, but by their refusal to release outdated identities. They clung to the role of the struggler, the abandoned, the almost ready, the not enough, and the longer they held those identities, the more their world bent to confirm them. But I also saw others who, in one quiet moment of defiance, said no more. They assumed the posture of already answered prayer. They dared to live from the reality of wholeness. And though nothing around them looked different at first, the soil responded. The air changed, time shifted, events rearranged to serve the new assumption. This is the truth most avoid. Assumption is the law. Not action, not effort, assumption. What you consistently and quietly accept as true forms the mold into which the world pours itself. So if you are preparing for breakdown, even unconsciously, the world will not withhold it from you. But if you turn now, yes, even now, and say with full conviction, I am aligned, I am guided, I am in divine flow, then everything will move to agree with you. You are not weak, you are not confused, you are not too late. These are lies spoken by the old man, the self-simmer crafted in fear and memory. He will not walk with you through this gate, he cannot. He will try to speak, to remind, to mock your new claim, but let his voice fall into silence. Let him die at the threshold. For what lies beyond May 10th does not belong to him. It belongs to the new you, the awakened you, the remembered self. Some will ask, what will happen on that day? And I say, what will you happen on that day? Because the external will only answer what you have already asked internally. It may look like opportunity or collapse, but what you see will only be a reflection of what you have been. The day is neutral. You are not. You are the power. Stop speaking as one without authority. Every time you say, I don't know, the world says, then I will show you confusion. Every time you say, I'm waiting, the world says, then I will wait to move. Every time you say nothing changes, the world says, then I will stand still. But if you say, it is done, the world obeys. Not always instantly, but inevitably. And this is what May 10th carries, inevitability. The culmination of countless assumptions, the intersection of personal timelines that have been building in silence. If you've been soaring in doubt, you will see it. If you've been soaring in vision, you will walk in it. And it will not matter who you are to the world. It will only matter who you have been in the secret place of your own consciousness. This is why the warning is holy. It is not fear-based, it is freedom-based. You are being invited to step into mastery, not mystical, unreachable mastery, but the everyday sacredness of remembering who you are and choosing your state with intentionality. If you would change your world, change your inner speech. Change the self you agree with when no one is watching. Because that self is the seed, and May 10th is the moment many seeds break ground. Do not say you weren't ready. You were born ready. You were not placed here to repeat cycles. You were placed here to rewrite them. You carry the word of God in your imagination, and whatever you impress upon it will be made flesh. This is the covenant. This is the unbreakable law. And it is not coming from outside to judge you. It is coming from within to remind you. So speak now, not with volume but with faith. Say, I have crossed over. I am no longer the one who doubts. I am no longer the one who delays. And if the echo of your old story rises up to contradict you, let it speak. But do not agree. Simply outlast it with your new agreement. Persistence is power. Repetition is creation. I saw this so clearly in the spirit. A line drawn, not in space but in vibration. And those who have aligned with love, clarity, vision, and embodiment will find themselves on one side, building with grace. And those who have clung to the familiar, the fearful, the faint-hearted will find themselves building under pressure. But both are building. The question is, which blueprint are you following? The day is near, the shift is not future, it is now. You don't prepare by gathering supplies, you prepare by aligning states. Assume now what you choose to see then. Feel now what you desire to meet then, and when May 10th dawns, you will not be surprised. You will be fulfilled. And when others look around and say, how did you know? You will answer, not with pride, but with peace. I remembered who I was. I refused the lie. I aligned with truth before it showed up. And now the truth has made me free. So I leave you with this, not in fear, but in fire. Not with trembling dread, but with trembling awe at the power you carry in silence. May 10th is not a random dot on the calendar. It is a mirror. It is a core. It is a gate disguised as a day. And what it reveals will not be a judgment from above, but a reflection from within. You will not meet punishment. You will meet your pattern. You will not meet surprise. You will meet your assumption clothed in circumstance. The time for waiting is over. The time for wondering is finished. This is the hour of knowing. Decide now. Assume now. Choose now and stand in the furnace of that choice until the fire becomes light. Refuse to bow to fear. Refuse to rehearse defeat. Speak only from the fulfilled end, and the end will speak back. For the kingdom is not coming with signs to be observed. The kingdom is within you, and it is ready to break forth, not when the world allows it, but when you do. Make the 10th is a threshold. Cross it with intention. Don't carry the old man into a new hour. Don't drag the weight of delay into the day of manifestation. Walk in boldly, clothed in the assumption of the answered prayer. The warning has been given. The invitation is open. The rest is choice. And choice, beloved, is sacred. Choose wisely, choose boldly, and above all, choose now. You are the creator of your reality. You have always been the creator, and the key to unlocking your power lies within your words, your beliefs, and your vision. Every thought you entertain, every word you speak, and every belief you hold shapes the world you live in. The world around you, the circumstances, the experiences, none of them are random. They are the direct reflection of the inner world you have cultivated. Look within, for it is here that your power resides. What you speak to yourself, what you declare in your heart, and what you truly believe becomes your reality. Your words are not just sounds in the air, they are the seed of creation. When you speak, you are setting the universe into motion, and it responds to you according to the vibration of those words. The moment you realize this, the moment you understand that you are not a victim of circumstance, but the master of your destiny, everything begins to change. You no longer wait for the world to shift for you. No, you take charge. You declare with conviction, this is who I am, this is what I believe, this is the life I am creating. And in that moment, the universe rearranges itself to bring those words into being. You may have spent much of your life feeling powerless, like a passive observer in the story of your life. But I tell you, that is an illusion. You are not a bystander, you are the author. The script is written by your thoughts, by your beliefs, and by your words. If you want change, you do not need to wait for the world to change. You must speak it into existence. Declare it in your mind, in your heart, and with your voice, and then believe it as though it has already happened. When you speak with the authority of your inner knowing, the reality around you must bend to your will. It does not matter what your current circumstances may appear to be. They are not permanent. They are not fixed. The only thing that is fixed is your ability to change them. Speak your desires with passion and conviction and see them manifest. But more than speaking, believe in the reality of your words. Believe that what you have declared is already true even before it has fully appeared. As you believe, so you will become. Your beliefs will transform you from the inside out. They will shape your actions, guide your decisions, and influence the way you move through the world. What you believe becomes your truth. If you believe you are powerful, you will act from a place of power. If you believe you are worthy, you will step into your worthiness with confidence. Speak it, believe it, and you will become it. Your reality is not defined by external forces. It is created by you. The circumstances of your life are the result of your inner world, and that world is shaped by your thoughts, your beliefs, and your words. You are the creator of your reality. Never forget that. Speak it, believe it, and become it. You are the creator of your reality, and within you lies an immense, untapped power that is waiting to be awakened. The truth is simple, though often overlooked. You are not a passive participant in the unfolding of your life. You are the director, the writer, the actor, and the set designer. Every aspect of your life, your relationships, your health, your career, your finances, and your experiences are all reflections of the inner world that you have created. Nothing exists outside of you that is not a mirror of your inner beliefs, thoughts, and feelings. It is easy to fall into the trap of believing that the world around you is beyond your control. You look at the circumstances, the obstacles, the challenges, and you tell yourself that they define you, that they dictate the direction your life will take. But this is a lie. It is a lie that keeps you in a state of powerlessness, locked in a perpetual cycle of reaction and struggle. The truth is that you have the power to create your world, to shape it with your words and your beliefs. This power is always within you, and it is waiting for you to claim it. When you understand that you are the creator of your reality, you begin to see that the key to transforming your life lies not in trying to change the external world, but in changing the way you think and speak. Your words are not just sounds. They are vibrations that carry immense creative power. Every word you speak sends out a signal to the universe, instructing it on what to bring into your life. Your words shape your reality because they are the manifestation of your inner beliefs. When you speak with conviction, when you speak with faith, you are literally commanding the universe to respond to you in alignment with what you have declared. But it is not enough to simply speak the words. You must also believe them. Belief is the foundation upon which your reality is built. If you speak words of power, but do not truly believe in their truth, you will not see the results you desire. Belief is the missing link between thought and manifestation. It is the energy that fuels the process of creation. Without belief, your words are empty. They are like seeds that are planted in soil that is not fertile. But when you believe in the power of your words, when you believe that what you speak is already true, the universe has no choice but to bring it into your experience. Your beliefs shape your perceptions, and your perceptions shape your actions. If you believe that you are powerless, you will act from a place of fear and limitation. You will see obstacles where there are opportunities, and you will create more struggle for yourself. But if you believe that you are powerful, that you are capable of creating anything you desire, you will act from a place of confidence and certainty. You will see opportunities where others see challenges, and you will create a life of abundance and joy. The power of your words is not just in the things you say outwardly. It is in the things you say to yourself. The inner dialogue that runs in your mind is constantly shaping your reality. Every time you think to yourself, I am not good enough, I am not worthy, or I can't do this, you are creating a reality where those beliefs are true. You are reinforcing the idea that you are limited, that you are small, that you are incapable. But when you change that inner dialogue, when you replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones, you begin to see the world around you change. When you speak to yourself with kindness, with encouragement, and with belief in your own power, you activate the force within you that can move mountains. The words you speak, whether to others or to yourself, are the blueprint for the life you will live. Every word is a seed that is planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. When you speak words of doubt, fear, and limitation, you are planting seeds that will eventually grow into experiences that mirror those beliefs. But when you speak words of confidence, faith, and possibility, you are planting seeds that will sprout into a reality that reflects your highest potential. It is essential to understand that the universe does not discriminate between positive and negative words. It does not distinguish between what you want and what you don't want. The universe simply responds to the energy of your words. Whether you are speaking words of hope or words of fear, the energy you are putting out into the world will come back to you in some form. So, if you find yourself caught in a cycle of negativity, if you find yourself speaking words of lack and limitation, it is time to change your focus. Shift your attention to the things you desire and begin to speak as though they are already yours. Speak with conviction, speak with certainty, and speak with gratitude, knowing that the universe is already aligning to bring those desires into your experience. It is not enough to simply say the words. You must also embody the energy of what you are speaking. This is where belief becomes so crucial. When you truly believe that what you are speaking is already true, you begin to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with that truth. Your belief creates a powerful force that magnifies the energy of your words. When you speak from a place of deep belief, your words carry a vibration that resonates with the frequency of your desires. This is how manifestation works. It is not enough to just speak the words. You must also feel the truth of those words in your being. You must embody the reality you are creating. If you desire wealth, you must speak wealth into existence, but more than that, you must believe that you are worthy of wealth. You must believe that you are already abundant, that money flows to you effortlessly. And as you speak those words, as you believe in your abundance, you will begin to act in ways that align with that belief. You will make decisions from a place of abundance, and you will attract opportunities that reflect your wealth consciousness. If you desire love, you must speak love into existence. Speak it with the full knowledge that you are deserving of love, that love is already a part of your being. And as you believe in your worthiness, you will begin to attract loving relationships into your life. Your actions will reflect your belief in love, and you will create a reality where love flows freely to you and through you. If you desire health, you must speak health into existence. Speak words of vitality and strength, and believe that your body is capable of healing and thriving. The more you believe in your body's ability to heal itself, the more you will align with the energy of wellness. Your actions will reflect your belief, and you will make choices that support your health and well-being. Your words are the foundation of your reality, but they are not the only piece of the puzzle. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings are all interconnected. They work together to create the world you experience. If you want to change your reality, you must change the way you think and feel. Begin by examining your thoughts. Are they aligned with the life you desire to create? Are they thoughts of abundance, love, and health? Or are they thoughts of lack, limitation, and fear? If you find that your thoughts are not aligned with your desires, it is time to change them. You must train your mind to focus on the possibilities, on the outcomes you want to experience. This is where the power of repetition comes in. The more you speak the words of your desires, the more you believe in their truth, the more your mind will begin to accept them as reality. And as your mind accepts them, your actions will follow suit. Your beliefs will shift, your feelings will align, and the world around you will begin to reflect the new reality you are creating. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you question whether this power is truly within you. But it is in those moments of doubt that you must speak the truth even louder. Speak your desires with even greater conviction. Remind yourself that you are the creator of your reality, that your words hold immense power, and that you are worthy of the life you desire. Speak it, believe it, and you will become it. When you begin to understand the vastness of your creative potential, you will realize that you have been underestimating your power all along. The power to create the life you desire has always been within you, just waiting for you to recognize it. It is not something that can be bestowed upon you from an outside source, nor is it something that is reserved for a select few. It is your birthright. It has always been yours. But for many, this truth remains dormant because they have not yet fully awakened to it. The world is full of people who believe they are powerless, who look at the challenges before them and feel small, defeated, and overwhelmed. But those challenges are not there to define you. They are simply stepping stones along your journey. They are opportunities to rise, to remember your power, and to create something greater. Every obstacle you encounter is a reflection of a belief you hold, either a belief that is empowering you or one that is limiting you. When you change that belief, the obstacle ceases to be an obstacle. It becomes a stepping stone. It becomes part of the process of manifestation. This is why belief is so essential. Without belief, there is no movement. Without belief, your words have no force behind them. It is not enough to just wish for something or to speak words in passing. You must speak them with the full force of belief in their truth. You must believe so deeply that your words become your reality. When you believe with all your heart that you are worthy of success, that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy of health, then the world has no choice but to reflect that belief back to you. Many people make the mistake of thinking that their external world has to change before they can believe in their power. They wait for the right circumstances, the right moment, the right conditions to act. But this is backwards. It is the belief that creates the condition. Your reality will follow the direction of your beliefs, not the other way around. It is your belief that will guide you to the right circumstances, the right opportunities, the right people. So the universe does not work in the way many people think, where you need to see it to believe it. In truth, you must first believe it to see it. Look closely at the people who have achieved greatness in any field. You will notice one thing that they all have in common. They believed in their own power, their own potential, long before the world confirmed it for them. They spoke their desires into existence, not because the world had already given them what they wanted, but because they knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that what they desired was already theirs. They spoke as though the thing they wanted had already manifested, and they acted in alignment with that belief. They did not wait for the world to show them proof. They created the proof with their thoughts, their words, and their actions. This is the essence of true power, the ability to create from within. You do not need to wait for permission. You do not need to wait for someone else to validate your dreams. You do not need to wait for circumstances to align. You must create the alignment from within. The moment you declare what you desire, the moment you speak your truth with belief and conviction, you have already begun the process of manifestation. And as you continue to believe, as you continue to speak, and as you continue to act in alignment with your desires, the world around you begins to shift to match your inner vision. The process of manifestation is a dance between your inner world and the outer world. It is not enough to simply speak words of power. You must also be willing to act on those words, to align your actions with your beliefs. When you believe in your own power, you begin to move differently through the world. You make decisions with confidence, knowing that every step you take is guiding you closer to your desires. You no longer wait for opportunities to come to you, you create them. You no longer wait for things to happen to you, you make them happen. This is where many people get stuck. They speak the words, they believe in their power, but they fail to act in alignment with that belief. They continue to act as if they are waiting for something to change. But the truth is that nothing will change until you begin to act as though it has already changed. You must embody your belief. You must live as though what you desire is already a part of your reality. When you do this, the universe will begin to mirror your actions, and you will find that doors begin to open, opportunities begin to appear, and your desires begin to materialize. The power of your belief is not something that is limited by time or space. When you believe in your desires, when you speak them into existence, you are aligning yourself with the infinite potential of the universe. The universe is abundant, and it is always responding to your thoughts, your words, and your beliefs. But it is not responding to what you want or what you hope for. It is responding to what you truly believe is possible for you. This is why it is so important to cultivate belief in yourself. If you believe that you are worthy of all the abundance the universe has to offer, you will begin to attract that abundance into your life. If you believe that you are deserving of love and happiness, you will begin to attract loving relationships and joyful experiences. If you believe that you are capable of achieving your dreams, you will begin to take inspired action, and those dreams will begin to unfold. Your belief is the key that unlocks the door to your desires. Without belief, your words are just empty sounds. But when you speak with belief, you are tapping into the infinite power of the universe, and the world around you must begin to reflect that power. Your reality is shaped by what you believe to be true, and it is always aligning itself with your thoughts, words, and feelings. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. No one else has the power to create your life for you. You are the one who has the ability to speak your desires into existence. You are the one who has the ability to create a life that is filled with abundance, love, and joy. The universe is responding to you at all times, and it is waiting for you to claim your power. Speak it, believe it, and you will become it. When you speak with conviction, when you believe with certainty, the world around you has no choice but to align with your desires. There is no limit to what you can create. There is no limit to the life you can manifest. The only limit is the one you place on yourself. So speak your truth, believe in your power, and know that the universe is already aligning to bring your desires into reality. The universe operates on a simple principle. It responds to you. It responds to the energy you put out, to the words you speak, to the thoughts you think, and to the beliefs you hold. Your inner world is the lens through which you view the outer world, and the way you perceive things shapes what you experience. When you look at the world through the lens of belief in your own power, when you know that your words have the ability to shape your reality, the world around you begins to transform. But transformation does not happen overnight. It requires patience, consistency, and unwavering faith. The power to create your reality lies in the belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. It is not something that you have to chase, something that you have to work tirelessly to acquire. No, it is something that already exists in the realm of possibility. And your belief is the bridge that brings it into your physical reality. The moment you truly believe that you are deserving of what you desire, the universe has no choice but to respond. This is where many people get caught in the trap of doubt. They speak the words of what they want, but they doubt that it can truly happen for them. They wonder if they are worthy, if they're capable, if they're good enough. And in doing so, they are sending out a mixed message to the universe. One moment they speak words of power, and the next they doubt those very words. This creates a vibration of uncertainty. And the universe responds to uncertainty with more uncertainty. The key is to stay rooted in your belief. The key is to speak with certainty and to trust that the universe is always working in your favor. Even when things do not seem to align immediately, even when obstacles appear to stand in your way, you must remember that the universe is working behind the scenes, rearranging everything to bring you what you desire. Trust that every step, every challenge, every detour is part of the process of your creation. Every moment is an opportunity for you to reaffirm your belief and to speak your desires into existence with greater conviction. The more you trust in your own power, the more your life begins to reflect that trust. Your actions align with your words, and your beliefs are reinforced by the results you begin to see. The key is to start now. Do not wait for the perfect moment to declare your desires. Do not wait for everything to be in place before you believe in your power. Start today. Speak the words of your desires as though they are already true. Feel the truth of those words in every fiber of your being. Believe it with every cell in your body, and watch as the universe begins to mirror that belief. Understand that this power is not limited by time, space, or circumstance. It does not matter where you are right now or what your current situation is. Your past does not define your future. Your circumstances do not limit your potential. The only thing that matters is what you choose to believe in this moment. The moment you decide that you are worthy of your desires, that you are capable of creating the life you want, everything begins to shift. Your words begin to have power, your beliefs begin to take root, and your reality begins to change. When you speak your desires into existence, you are not simply wishing for them, you are declaring them as your truth. You are affirming that you are deserving of what you desire and that you are willing to do what it takes to bring it into your life. The universe does not respond to idle wishes or passive desires. It responds to your belief and to your action. When you speak your truth and act as though what you want is already on its way to you, the universe aligns with that energy and begins to bring the pieces together. This is the essence of creating your reality. It is not a passive process. It is an active process of belief, thought, and action. When you believe in your own power, when you trust in the process, and when you speak your desires with conviction, you are aligning yourself with the flow of abundance, love, and possibility. You are stepping into the role of the creator of your own life. But this is where many people fall short. They stop too soon. They speak their desires, they begin to believe in their power, but when the world does not immediately reflect their desires, they give up. They begin to doubt. They begin to question if it's really possible. And in doing so, they interrupt the flow of creation. The universe is always working in your favor, but it operates on its own time, in its own way. You cannot force it to move faster than it is meant to. The key is to remain consistent in your belief, in your actions, and in your words. The more you trust, the more you believe, and the more you align with the truth of your own power, the more your reality will begin to shift. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. You are the one who holds the power to bring your desires into existence. Speak them with faith, speak them with belief, and most importantly, speak them with the understanding that your words are not just words. They are the seeds of creation. They are the blueprints for the life you are building. When you understand this truth, when you begin to live from a place of knowing that you are the creator of your reality, everything begins to change. The universe responds to you, to the energy you put out, and it begins to bring forth everything you have declared. There is no limit to what you can create when you tap into your inner power. You are the creator of your reality, and the moment you recognize this truth, everything in your life will begin to shift. The world will reflect your beliefs, your words will shape your experiences, your actions will align with your desires, and your life will become a living testament to the power of your own creation. So speak it into existence. Believe it with all your heart. Act as though it is already true. And watch as the universe, in its infinite wisdom and abundance, begins to bring your desires to life. You are the creator of your reality, and there is nothing that can stand in the way of what you choose to create. You are the creator of your reality, and the power to shape your life lies within you. Every word you speak, every thought you think, and every belief you hold is a direct influence on the life you experience. You have the ability to manifest anything you desire by speaking it into existence with conviction and belief. The universe does not respond to empty wishes or passive desires. It responds to the energy you put out, to the unwavering faith you have in your own power. Remember, your words are not just sounds. They are the seeds of creation. What you speak becomes your truth, and your truth becomes your reality. The key to unlocking this power is belief. Believing that what you desire is already yours. When you truly believe in your own potential, when you speak your desires with faith and confidence, the universe aligns itself to bring those desires into your experience. It is important to remain consistent in your belief and trust in the process, even when external circumstances do not immediately reflect your desires. The universe works in its own time, and your job is to continue speaking, believing, and acting in alignment with your dreams. Stay persistent and watch as your words and actions begin to create the reality you envision. You are not a passive observer of your life, you are the creator. So speak it, believe it, and know that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. The life you desire is already waiting for you to claim it.